Hello, my dear one, and welcome. I want you to know from the very beginning that you are safe here, that you have arrived in this moment not by accident, but by the gentle nudge of your own soul, whispering, I am ready to be seen. I want you to imagine for a moment that the universe is like a loving parent who watches over you with eyes that never turn away, ears that hear every unspoken sigh, and a heart that knows every hidden tear. No tear you have ever cried has ever gone unnoticed. No pain you have tried to bury has ever been unseen. The pain you carry, whether it is sharp and fresh or deep and old, has a voice, and the universe hears it. Even when you think you are hiding your struggle perfectly, that inner tension, that ache in your chest, that quiet longing for relief that is an energetic message that reaches far beyond your thoughts and words. The universe responds to the language of your energy long before it responds to your words, and that means that even in silence, you are being noticed, you are being witnessed, you are being cared for. Sometimes you may feel as though you are alone in your suffering, as though no one could possibly understand what's happening inside you, as though your pain is yours to bear by yourself. But let me reassure you gently, you are not alone. You are being held. The moment you dare to feel even just a little, the universe is already drawing closer. The pain you feel is not a sign of abandonment, but a sign that your heart is opening, that your sensitivity is real, and that your soul is ready for healing. And so I want you to say this with me now, softly, from your heart. I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. Again, let those words echo in your body. I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. And once more, with all the tenderness you can muster, I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. These words are not just words, they are a balm. They are a conscious invitation to let the energetic presence of love sink into your awareness. When you allow yourself to be seen in your vulnerability, something remarkable happens. The walls around your pain begin to soften. You begin to understand that pain is not a punishment or a flaw, but a doorway. A doorway that invites you into your own heart in a way that nothing else can. It is not the pain that defines you, it is how you respond to it that shapes your journey. And I want to teach you something deeply healing. The universe does not abandon you when you are hurting. It comes closest to you then, because that is when your heart cracks open just enough to let love in. When you are truly seen even by life itself, you can start to heal not by force, but by recognition. Just as a plant grows toward the sunlight, your spirit grows toward healing when it senses that it is safe to be honest. If you have carried your pain like a secret, this very moment is your invitation to breathe into it, to acknowledge it, to allow the love that is already around you to meet it. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not too distant to be loved. You are not too tired to be held. From this place of gentle but profound truth, we begin. The pain you feel is not a burden you carry alone. It is the sacred signal of your soul asking for attention. And when you give it attention with kindness instead of resistance, you begin to transform it. This doesn't mean the pain disappears immediately. It doesn't mean it stops being uncomfortable, but it does mean that you can approach it with a sense of care rather than fear. You can say to your own heart, I see you, I hear you, I am here for you. And that is the first step of a long, loving journey back to yourself. You don't have to rush. You don't have to fix everything at once. Just being willing to feel and to say, I am seen, that is already a huge step. And you are worthy of that step. You are worthy of being witnessed in all your truth, not because of what you've done, not because you deserve it, but simply because you exist. Your existence is enough to be loved. Your pain does not make you less. It makes you more humane, more real, more deserving of grace. Now let's talk about the signs that are calling you into healing, not in a dramatic or frightening way, but in a gentle and beautiful unfolding that the universe orchestrates for you. You see, healing does not happen in a moment of crisis alone. It happens slowly, like dawn breaking after a long night. The signs come to you through repeated emotions, through synchronicities, through quiet inner nudges that you can feel if you are willing to listen. The emotions that keep showing up, the sadness that returns, the fear that lingers, the subtle ache that doesn't quite go away, these are not punishments. They are callings. They are invitations wrapped in familiar discomfort, inviting you gently toward your own wholeness. If you pay attention, you'll notice that many of these signs come not to break you, but to awaken you. Perhaps a certain sadness returns every evening when the world quiets down, not to plunge you into despair, but to remind you that there is a part of you that still needs love. Perhaps a dream resurfaces with familiar imagery, not to confuse you, but to speak to the part of you that is longing to be understood. These repeated emotional echoes are not random. They are sacred messages. They are the universe knocking gently at the door of your consciousness, saying, I am here. I am ready when you are. Sometimes, healing signs appear as coincidences that feel anything but coincidental. You might open a book and find a sentence that feels like it was written just for you. You might hear lyrics on a walk that touch the corners of your soul you didn't even know were sensitive. You might dream of someone you've never met, yet feel comforted by their presence. All of these moments are whispers from the universal intelligence guiding you. They are reminders that you are not wandering without direction. The universe does not leave its beloved to navigate pain alone. It illuminates the path with signs that rise up like lighthouses in the dark. And when you feel tired, when you feel at the end of your rope, it is often precisely then at that point of greatest vulnerability that you are most open to healing. That moment of exhaustion is not a point of defeat. It is a crossroads where pain meets possibility. It is the place where old patterns can break open to allow new life. So when you notice repeated emotions, when you feel drawn to certain readings, when you feel the universe speak through symbolism or intuition, welcome that. Treat it as the sacred thinking of your own soul and the loving guidance of life itself. But let me ask you a gentle question that I hope you will ponder, not with your mind, but with your heart. Is the pain I am feeling asking me to return to a part of myself that I have ignored? This is not a question you answer reflexively. This is a question you feel into. Maybe it leads you back to a wound from childhood. Maybe it invites you to comfort a part of yourself that never got the love it needed. Maybe it points you to release self-blame or the need to be perfect. Healing is not about fixing what was wrong. It is about loving what was hurt. And the pain you feel right now, tender as it is not here to punish you. It is here to remind you that there was once a part of you that needed healing, and it still does in its own way. So when you ask, "What is my pain trying to teach me?" you are not placing blame on yourself. You are opening a door to understanding, kindness, and eventual release. You are starting a conversation with your own soul that goes beyond self-criticism and touches the sacred ground of compassion. Healing is not linear. It is not neat. It is not predictable. It is like a river that flows around rocks, dips into quiet pools, and sometimes rushes with surprising speed. You may feel like you have taken one step forward and 2 steps back, but I assure you, every tear you shed, every breath you take in awareness, every moment you allow yourself to feel rather than suppress, you are moving toward freedom. You are aligning with your own truth, and the universe celebrates every step of this inner journey with you. You do not need to prove yourself or earn your healing. It is your birthright. The pain you feel is not a sign that you are broken. It is a sign that you are becoming whole. So let us close this part with your affirmation, a statement of deep spiritual truth that also feels like a warm embrace. I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. Say it softly now. I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. Again, I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. One more time, let it settle gently into every cell of your being. I am seen. I am heard. I am not invisible to the love of the universe. And if another affirmation arises in your heart, allow it to rise too. Healing is not one size fits all. It is personal. It is sacred. It is uniquely yours. You are not alone in this. You are not unseen. You are not forgotten. And you are safe to heal, not because you are perfect, but precisely because you are willing to feel, to notice, to be guided, and to open your heart again. The universe sees you always. I want you to know something very simple and very true. Healing does not begin with effort. It begins with safety. You are not weak because you feel fragile. You are not broken because you need time. You are not behind because it's taking longer than you thought. You are simply human, and you are waking up to your own tenderness, and that is beautiful. Many people think healing means charging ahead, fixing everything all at once, proving to the world that they're okay again. But true healing doesn't look like that. It doesn't rush. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand. Healing is a whisper, not a command. It is a soft breath in a quiet room. It is a gentle return to yourself, one tiny moment at a time. If you've been afraid to heal, I understand. So many of us were hurt at the exact moments we opened our hearts. So now, every time we consider healing, it brings up that old memory of getting hurt when we were most vulnerable. But here's what I want you to hear with your whole heart. You are safe now. You are safe to open. You are safe to feel. You are safe to heal. I am protected by the love of the universe. I am safe to look at my wounds. I am safe to heal. Sometimes you move 3 steps forward and 1 step back, and you think you're failing. But that 1 step back is not failure. That is integration. That is your soul making sense of the shift. Healing is not a straight line. It is a spiral, a dance, a rhythm. It moves forward, then pauses, then circles around, and then it softens again. The universe is not measuring your progress like a stopwatch. It is loving you quietly through every twist and turn. Even when you're frustrated with yourself, the universe is patient. Even when you say, I should be over this by now, the universe smiles and says, take your time. I'm still here. Can you give yourself that same patience? Can you create a space inside where nothing has to be perfect? A space where you don't have to perform your healing, where you don't need to impress anyone, not even yourself? That space is sacred. That is your sanctuary, and it's yours to build. One of the most powerful things you can do is give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Rest is not laziness. It is part of your medicine. Some days, the most healing thing you can do is simply be, to let the world turn without needing to fix it, to let yourself breathe without needing to earn it. This is what it means to feel safe, to stop proving, to stop performing, to stop punishing yourself for not being better already. Healing doesn't mean you have to revisit every wound all at once. It means you create a soft inner place where the wound can gently breathe, where the light can come in not from force, but from invitation. I am protected by the love of the universe. I am safe to look at my wounds. I am safe to heal. When you say, I need healing, the universe responds not with judgment, but with compassion. It begins to orchestrate support in quiet ways, a kind word, a meaningful song, a sudden moment of peace. You may not see it right away, but when you declare your need, the universe listens. And it does more than listen. It begins to move. You are not asking too much when you ask for healing. You are returning to your birthright. You are not being dramatic when you say, this hurts. You are being honest. You are honoring the truth that your pain matters. And from that honesty, healing flows. You don't need to explain why it still hurts. You don't need to justify your timing. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why your process is slower, quieter, more tender than someone else's. You are not here to meet someone else's deadline. You are here to come home to yourself. Let's do something together now. Close your eyes, if it's safe to do so. Place your hand on your heart. Take one slow breath and gently say within yourself, I am protected by the love of the universe. I am safe to look at my wounds. I am safe to heal. Feel those words as a blanket around your nervous system. Let them coat your heart like warm honey. Let your inner child hear them and feel safe enough to come closer. Healing is not an emergency. You don't have to force anything to happen today. What matters most is the environment you're creating inside. Is it warm? Is it kind? Is it patient? That is the real work, and you are already doing it. Every time you choose to soften instead of criticize, Every time you choose to pause instead of push, every time you choose to breathe instead of blame, you are healing. There may still be days when you feel overwhelmed, and that's okay. Don't make those days mean you failed. Let them be part of the dance. Let them remind you to slow down and check in. Instead of asking, "Why is this taking so long?" try asking, "What is this moment inviting me to feel?" That small shift in question can change your entire energy. And when you bring loving awareness to your inner experience, without rushing, without fixing, just witnessing you give your pain a place to exhale, that's when healing accelerates. Not when you force it, but when you allow it. The safer you feel with yourself, the more your body and soul can relax into transformation. You are doing beautifully, even if it feels messy. You are on the path, even if you can't see the end, and you are not alone. Never have been, never will be. The universe wraps you in warmth and says, "Go gently, my dear. You are not broken. You are blooming." And I want you to take that with you, not as just a sentence, but as a knowing. Let it become your new belief, your new baseline, your new mantra. I am protected by the love of the universe. I am safe to look at my wounds. I am safe to heal. You are safe, my love. You are deeply, deeply safe. And I believe in your healing. There was a time in my life when I thought healing meant I had to do it all by myself. I believed I had to be strong enough, wise enough, determined enough to fix everything that was hurting inside me. I thought I had to push through the pain, correct every flaw, and prove that I was healed by how much I could handle on my own. But over time, and with many tears, I learned the deeper truth. We don't heal alone. Healing is not a solo performance. It is a sacred collaboration, a partnership between you and the universe. When I began to understand that the universe was not against me but for me, something inside me softened. I stopped fighting my pain like it was an enemy, and instead I started handing it over bit by bit to something greater than myself. That is when real healing began. And I want you to know you can do that too. You don't have to hold it all alone. You were never meant to. There is a moment in every healing journey where you must decide, am I willing to stop carrying this alone? Am I willing to invite in a greater energy and intelligence of love to walk with me? That's what co-creating means. It means you are no longer the only one trying to make sense of the pain. You are no longer trying to be your own savior. You are willing to open your hands and say, "Here, I can't carry this anymore." And when you do, you make space for divine help to enter. Say this with me now, gently. I release this pain to the universe for transformation. Can you feel how different that is from trying to fix yourself? This is not about pushing harder. This is about softening deeper. This is about knowing that the universe has the power to do what you cannot, and you are allowed to let go. Sometimes the most powerful act of healing is the act of surrender. The willingness to say, "I don't know how to heal this, but I am willing to be healed." That moment is sacred. That moment opens portals. When you stop trying to do it all yourself, The universe gets to work in mysterious ways. Doors open, peace arrives, forgiveness starts to breathe, but only when you unclench your spiritual fists and say, I surrender this. There is no weakness in surrender, there is wisdom. Your part is to feel and allow. The universe's part is to transform and restore. I release this pain to the universe for transformation. You are not giving up, you are handing it over, and there is a difference. Forgiveness is one of the most sacred keys in this co-creation process. It is not about pretending the past didn't hurt. It's not about saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is not about the other person at all. It is about you. It is about your freedom. When you hold on to resentment, you stay energetically tied to the very thing that hurt you. When you forgive, you cut the cord and reclaim your peace. The universe does not judge you for holding on. It simply sees your pain and gently invites you to let it go. Like a loving hand reaching out, it says, you don't have to carry this anymore. That is grace. That is healing. That is love. I forgive to set myself free. I forgive to heal my life. I forgive to restore my peace. Have you ever noticed how your heart races when something important is about to happen? Or how certain moments feel strangely orchestrated, like a message just for you? That's not a coincidence. That's intuition. That's the voice of the universe whispering, look here, pay attention. When you co-create your healing, you start to hear those whispers more clearly. You start to trust those nudges, those inner tugs, those feelings that don't always make sense to the mind, but ring true in the soul. This is the divine communication channel, and it's always open. All you have to do is listen. You might feel called to journal one morning. You might stumble across a book that speaks directly to your soul. You might meet someone who says something that changes your perspective in an instant. That's the universe participating in your healing. That's not random. That's partnership. The more you soften into this co-creation, the more signs you will begin to notice. I call them cosmic breadcrumbs, little signs along the path to show you that you are not alone, a feather on the ground, a song playing at just the right time, a feeling of peace that shows up without explanation. These are the ways the universe says, I'm here. Don't dismiss them. They are the language of divine partnership. The healing is not only happening inside you, it's happening around you, through you, and with you. Let the universe be your friend, your mirror, your helper. Let it hold your hand while you walk through the dark places. You don't need to be brave alone. You are not here to prove your strength. You are here to receive your healing. If you want to accelerate your healing, make this a practice. Every time you feel stuck, every time the pain resurfaces, every time the fear rises, pause and say out loud, I release this pain to the universe for transformation. You are training your mind to stop clinging and start collaborating. You are teaching your nervous system that you are not in this alone. You are reprogramming your belief system to trust the invisible support that has always been there. That's what healing really is. Not a one-person mission, but a two-way relationship with love itself. Let's close this part with a little ritual. Place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes if that feels safe. Take one long breath in and let it go slowly. Now say this within yourself, gently but firmly. I release this pain to the universe for transformation. I am no longer doing this alone. I am supported. I am safe. I am free. Feel that shift inside. Even if just for a second, feel the burden lift. You are not alone. You are deeply held. You are divinely loved. The universe has seen your struggle, and it is already responding with restoration. I believe that every single cell in your body is listening with curiosity, listening with hope, listening for direction. Your body is not a machine that you must fix or punish or silence. It is an intelligent, alive, deeply intuitive partner in your journey. It responds to your tone, your thoughts, your self-talk, your expectations. Every cell, yes, every cell is tuned in to the frequency of your inner dialogue. And when that dialogue is laced with fear, shame, and self-judgment, the body tenses and retreats. But when that inner conversation is drenched in love, in kindness, in compassion, the body opens. It receives the invitation to heal, and it responds not because you force it, but because you love it back into harmony. Let me say it plainly. Your body hears everything you think, and I want you to let that truth bless you, not frighten you. This is not about blame, this is about power. When you begin to speak to yourself with love, your body begins to shift. You start activating a different chemistry. Thoughts are not just mental events, they are biological instructions. Every time you think, I'm not healing fast enough, or I'm broken, or my body is failing me, you're sending a command. The good news is you can change the command. You can begin today to speak words that affirm life, that call forth renewal, that honor the miraculous system within you. I am healing. I am recovering. My body knows what to do. You don't need to know how your cells work to respect their intelligence. You don't need to understand the immune system to call upon its strength. You don't have to micromanage every process inside you. You just have to trust that your body wants to return to balance. The same life force that grew you from a single cell is still inside you. It has not forgotten how to regenerate. It is not confused about what to do. It simply responds to your permission, and that permission is granted through your thoughts, your tone, your attention. Speak with reverence. Speak as if your words are planting seeds in a living garden, because they are. One of the most powerful things you can do is shift from being angry at your body to being in relationship with it. Talk to your organs. Talk to your skin. Talk to your heart, your liver, your knees, your lungs. If that sounds strange, try it anyway. Your body is not a stranger, it is your lifelong companion. You have lived every moment together, through joy, through pain, through change, through every quiet miracle. If a friend had been that loyal, wouldn't you talk to them with tenderness? Wouldn't you say, "Thank you for carrying me through so much"? Then say it now. Say it with me. I thank my body for holding me. I love my body for staying with me. I honor my body for its wisdom. I like to start with very simple phrases, nothing dramatic, just loving truth. Like, I love my liver. I forgive my skin for breaking out. I am grateful for my spine. It may sound silly to your logical mind, but your subconscious understands it perfectly. It registers the tone. It absorbs the message. Your cells respond to loving attention like a flower responds to sunlight. When you say, "I love you," the body says, "I remember." When you say, "I'm sorry," the body says, "I can release now." When you say, "I'm listening," the body opens a door. That is where true healing begins. So many of us have been taught to treat the body like a project to fix, a source of shame, a battlefield of control. But the truth is, your body is a sacred bridge between your spirit and this world. It is not your enemy, it is your teacher. It carries your experiences, your stories, your suppressed emotions, your moments of grace. And when you stop treating it like a machine, you begin to understand its subtle language. A tight chest is a message, a sore throat is a plea, an aching shoulder is a whisper. Listen, not with fear, but with kindness. Ask your body, "What do you need from me today?" And wait. Something quiet will answer. The mind-body connection is not a theory, it's a living reality. Emotions create chemicals. Thoughts create tension or relaxation, and loving beliefs create the biological conditions for healing. You are not just a person having thoughts, you are a being directing energy, and your body listens to that energy like music. When the tune is frantic, your body tightens. When the song is soft and true, your body relaxes into trust. Say this with me now, and notice what happens inside. It is safe to heal. My body is safe. My cells are bathed in peace. Sometimes the body stores what the heart couldn't process. Old grief, buried shame, guilt you didn't know how to name, all of it can become physical. But that doesn't mean your body is betraying you. It means your body is trying to protect you. It held what you couldn't yet face, and now you get to thank it and release it. Imagine placing a hand over your heart or over the part of your body that aches. Whisper softly, "I see you. I forgive you. I am here with you." Let your breath become the medicine. Let your love be the doctor. Let your attention be the beginning of something sacred. Healing does not always look like instant recovery. Sometimes it looks like slowing down. Sometimes it looks like crying for no reason. Sometimes it looks like saying no to something that drains you. Your body is always trying to help you come back to wholeness. Not perfection, wholeness. Your role is to listen, affirm, bless, and respond, to stop pushing through pain, to stop ignoring your needs, to stop saying, "I'll rest later," and start saying, "I matter now." And when you do, the healing picks up speed, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. Let's try one last gentle exercise together. Think of one part of your body that has carried a heavy load, maybe your shoulders, maybe your back, maybe your heart. Close your eyes if it feels safe, and place your awareness there. Breathe into that space, and say softly in your heart, "I see you. I thank you. I give you permission to let go now." Feel the shift. It may be subtle. It may be profound. Either way, you just gave your body a blessing and it heard you. You are not a machine to be repaired. You are a garden to be nurtured. Speak gently. Rest often, love deeply, and remember, your body hears you, always. Have you ever wondered what might be waiting for you on the other side of your healing? Not just the absence of pain, but the presence of something magnificent, something new, something you didn't even know was possible because you hadn't yet become the version of you who could receive it. What if your healing is not just for the sake of feeling better, but to prepare you for the miracles already on their way? What if the universe isn't punishing you or testing you, but gently asking, are you willing to grow into the person who can hold this blessing? I want you to hear me now with your heart wide open. The universe rewards courage, the kind of courage that says, I will face this hurt. I will no longer numb it, ignore it, or run from it. I will walk into the shadows and I will find the light within me. Healing is not a weak path. It is the highest form of bravery I know. Anyone can suppress. Anyone can distract. Anyone can pretend everything is fine. But it takes spiritual muscle to sit with pain and say, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm ready to release this. The moment you stop fighting your feelings and start honoring them, something opens. Something shifts. Something divine begins to unfold beneath the surface. That is not punishment. That is permission. The universe does not throw tests at you to break you. Life is not a cruel game of endurance. Instead, think of every healing challenge as an invitation to clear space, to expand capacity, to become the vessel that can hold the blessings already orbiting your field. I become the person who can receive. I grow into my miracle. I am ready now. So many people tell me stories like this. I went through the hardest emotional season of my life, and after I let go of that old pain, something amazing happened. I've seen it again and again. A woman leaves a toxic relationship, begins to love herself, and soon after meets a partner who truly respects and cherishes her. A man heals childhood wounds around not being enough, and months later, his dream business takes off. A person lets go of the belief that they're broken, and their body starts to recover in ways doctors never predicted. These aren't random miracles. These are aligned results. They didn't beg the universe to reward them. They became people who could receive what had always been theirs. The blessing doesn't come after you heal, it comes through your healing. You stop being invisible to your own worth. You stop rejecting the very thing you've been praying for. When you release the inner blocks, bitterness, guilt, shame, unworthiness, you clear a pathway. And when the path is clear, blessings don't have to push. They arrive easily, naturally, like a river flowing where resistance has been removed. That's why I say, healing is not fixing. Healing is remembering your worth. Healing is making space for joy. When you rewire your inner world, the outer world doesn't have to work as hard to bless you, because now you're aligned. It's not about being good enough to deserve blessings. You already are. But your frequency, the emotional atmosphere you carry, has to match the energy of what you're asking for. And that's where courage comes in. Because to change your frequency, you must often face uncomfortable truths. You must walk through valleys of grief. You must release people, patterns, and stories that once gave you identity. It's not easy. But on the other side, you find something more real, more peaceful, more abundant. And when you get there, you'll realize it wasn't that the miracle finally arrived. It's that you finally arrived to meet it. Let's stop pretending healing is just about pain relief. Let's speak the full truth. Healing is the gateway to your next chapter. Healing is the path to love, to energy, to wealth, to purpose, to real freedom. The things you deeply long for are not outside your reach. They are just outside your current belief system. And when you dare to dissolve the old beliefs, life has no choice but to meet you at your new level. I upgrade my life by upgrading my thoughts. I receive new results because I choose new beliefs. I am not stuck. I am evolving. Do you feel that? That's the energy of transformation beginning to stir within you. I've seen people reclaim their health after doctors gave up. I've seen single mothers who were drowning in fear become financially secure and emotionally radiant. I've seen men who lived decades in shame finally break free and start businesses, write books, mentor others. These aren't fairy tales. These are people just like you who decided to heal, not because someone made them, not because they were broken, but because they realized healing opens the door to a better life. And they were tired of standing outside that door. When they walked through it, life responded, as it always does. So let me ask you, softly, honestly, what might be waiting on the other side of your healing? Is it deeper love? A new path for your talents? A peaceful body? A life where you're no longer afraid of being seen? You don't need to answer with words, just feel into that possibility. Know that every ounce of courage you show right now is creating momentum. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. Keep affirming your readiness. Keep choosing peace. And keep trusting that the universe is not ignoring you. The universe is preparing something magnificent. Healing is not just recovery, it is a rebirth, a return to your divine self, a restoration of your receiving power. And yes, sometimes healing feels slow, messy, uncertain. But even in those moments, seeds are being planted, the roots are forming. The new you is being shaped in the unseen. And when the time is right, when your soul says yes, those blessings will bloom, not as a reward for your suffering, but as a reflection of your readiness. I am becoming the version of me who receives with joy. I am not afraid to heal. I am not afraid to rise. If healing has felt lonely at times, please know this: you have never walked alone. The universe has witnessed every tear, every brave decision, every inner shift, and it smiles not with judgment, but with pride. Because your healing lights up the world, your courage creates ripples, and your willingness to transform inspires others to believe in their own renewal. You are not just healing for yourself, you are becoming a living invitation to what is possible. You are walking proof that it's safe to evolve. Now take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Let your heart feel what's true. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are becoming someone the universe delights in blessing, not because you are perfect, but because you are open, receptive, courageous. And that is more than enough. I want you to know something very simple, but very important. When you heal, the world around you feels it. You may not always notice it immediately. People might not come running up to say thank you or tell you how different you seem. But underneath the surface, energy shifts. The atmosphere changes. The room softens when you enter. The child nearby feels safer. The friend going through something hard feels more hopeful in your presence. The plants in your home respond. Even strangers seem to look at you differently. Why? Because when you heal, you begin to radiate a vibration that says, "It's safe here. You are loved here. You can exhale now." And whether people know it consciously or not, their nervous systems recognize it. You don't have to teach a class or write a book or become a therapist. Your greatest message is the energy you carry into your relationships, your workplace, your home. And when that energy is grounded in peace, in self-love, in quiet joy, it becomes magnetic. You become a lighthouse. You don't run around trying to rescue lost ships. You simply stand, rooted and radiant, shining your light, and the right souls find you. They feel drawn to something they may not have words for. And even if they never say it out loud, part of them whispers, "Thank you for showing me what's possible. My presence is healing. My energy is safe. My beingness is a gift." There is something so powerful about no longer needing to fix others, about realizing that your only real work is to stay in alignment with your own peace. When you live from your center, others feel it. They watch how you move through life, how you respond to stress, how you speak to yourself, and often, without trying, you inspire them, not because you told them what to do, but because you showed them what's available. Healing doesn't make you better than others. It makes you more available to love, and love heals more than advice ever could. Maybe you've noticed it already. Maybe your children started asking deeper questions. Maybe your friends began opening up in ways they never did before. Maybe your partner softened, or your coworkers stopped gossiping when you walked in. Or maybe people just feel calmer around you now. That's not an accident. That's your frequency speaking before your words do. That's the ripple effect of healing. I bring peace with me wherever I go. I hold space just by being me. I am a safe harbor for love. You don't need to strive to make a difference. You only need to become the difference. Heal the anger within you, and you bring less anger to the world. Heal the fear within you, and the people around you begin to feel braver. Heal your self-judgment, and others feel more accepted in your presence. This is what we call resonant healing. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it is deeply contagious. And in a world that is aching for safety, your healed heart is a sanctuary. I often imagine each of us as candles. And every time someone heals a piece of themselves, their flame grows stronger. And when enough of us light our flames, suddenly the whole room begins to glow. You may never see the full impact of your healing, but trust me, it exists. Every time you choose love over fear, you create a new possibility in the collective field. Every time you say, "I won't repeat this old pattern," you help break the chain for someone else too. You're not just healing your life, you are altering timelines, shifting generations, softening the future. That is the quiet power of your inner work. There's a moment, often unexpected, when your healing journey turns into something more than just personal growth. It becomes your calling, not as a burden, not as pressure, but as a quiet joy. You start to realize, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this because I want to live in a more peaceful world, and peace begins inside me. Your boundaries become acts of self-respect. Your forgiveness becomes an act of liberation for all. Your joy becomes a beacon. And without even meaning to, you start to teach through your energy, your compassion, your embodiment. Sometimes we think a mission has to be big, loud, visible. But often, the most powerful missions are felt, not seen. A healed mother raises more secure children. A healed partner creates safer love. A healed friend listens without trying to fix. A healed soul walks into a room and blesses it just by being at peace. This is sacred work. This is soul work. This is the revolution of the heart. And the best part is, you don't have to wait until you're fully healed. That day may never come. What matters is that you're healing. You're practicing. You're showing up again and again for the truth. And that, in itself, is more than enough. If you've ever wondered, is it selfish to focus on my own healing while the world is hurting? Let me answer clearly. No. In fact, it is one of the most selfless things you can do, because a healed you is a more compassionate you. A healed you is less reactive, less judgmental, less controlling. A healed you becomes a vessel for wisdom, for hope, for gentle transformation. And the world doesn't need more wounded saviors. The world needs wholehearted humans who walk with presence, with integrity, with love. As I heal, I help others heal. As I rise, I lift others too. My healing is my legacy. Let yourself be the one who breaks the cycle, who rewrites the story, who teaches not by preaching, but by presence. You don't have to know all the answers. You just have to keep walking, keep softening, keep choosing truth over trauma, peace over pain, connection over control. Let your life become a silent transmission of healing. Let your smile remind someone that joy is still possible. Let your eyes reflect kindness. Let your choices be aligned with your inner peace. That is how lighthouses operate. They don't chase ships, they shine, and the right ships adjust their course. So today, I bless you in your becoming. I bless your journey from pain to peace, from self-doubt to self-trust, from survival to radiance. I honor the work you're doing, the quiet, brave, invisible work that may not get applause, but sends ripples into eternity. You are becoming a lighthouse, and the world is brighter because of it. I want to ask you something tender, something simple, and yet so powerful that it might change the way you view yourself forever. What if you are already loved right now, exactly as you are, not because you are healed, not because you are perfect, but simply because you are you? Pause and let that in. I believe so deeply that the universe doesn't wait for us to fix ourselves to love us. The love is already here. The healing is the journey of remembering that love, not earning it. We often think that healing means rushing to be okay, to be productive, to have everything figured out. But what if healing is not a race, but a soft unfolding? What if the most courageous thing you can do today is allow yourself to be exactly where you are, with no shame, no blame, and no pressure? You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not failing just because you feel pain. In fact, pain is not a punishment. It's a messenger. It's the part of you that still longs to be heard. And I want to remind you that every feeling you are feeling is valid, and every step you take, even the trembling ones, are part of your sacred return to peace. Healing is not linear. Sometimes you feel strong, and sometimes you fall apart in the same breath. Sometimes you rise, and then you collapse again. And all of it is holy. All of it is progress. You don't have to be strong every day. You don't have to pretend you're fine when you're not. You are allowed to be raw. You are allowed to be real. And most importantly, you are allowed to be loved even when you're not loving yourself. The universe is not looking at you with disappointment. It is not measuring your worth by your level of productivity or perfection. The universe is not punishing you, it's holding you. It's waiting patiently, lovingly, and without any pressure for you to remember that you are safe, you are seen, and you are supported. The healing you seek does not start when you do everything right. It begins when you feel safe enough to be honest with where you are. And here's something miraculous. The moment you stop resisting where you are is the moment love can begin to do its work. When you say to yourself, I'm hurting, and that's okay, you open a space for compassion to enter. When you say, I'm confused, but I am open to clarity, you open a doorway for light to come in. And when you say, I feel alone, but I choose to believe I'm not, you activate the deepest truth of all that you are, always, always, always loved. So today, I want you to speak gently to yourself. No more harsh words. No more blaming your past. No more comparing your pace to anyone else's. You are walking your own divine path. You are healing in your own perfect time. There is no late, there is no wrong, there is only now, and right now, this exact moment, you are worthy of love. Let me say this again, and let it sink into every part of you. You are safe to heal. You are seen in your truth. You are loved in every stage of becoming. Say it with me now. I am safe to heal. I am seen. I am loved. I am safe to heal. I am seen. I am loved. I am safe to heal. I am seen. I am loved. And if these words feel hard to say, if a part of you resists, just breathe with me. Breathe into the tension. Breathe into the resistance. Because healing is not about forcing new thoughts. It's about gently introducing them to the body. Let your nervous system feel these new beliefs, like a soft hand resting on your shoulder. Let your inner child feel held, not hurried. Now I want to ask you a simple, honest question. Which part of your healing journey are you learning to love today, your strength or your softness? Comment below and let's share this space together. I read every answer in spirit. Let your heart speak, and always remember, my dear, I believe in you. I honor your process. and the universe loves you more than you know.